clean my glasses first so I can see a little bit better. How does that look? Oh. Not sponsored. Dr. Pepper. Anybody here yet? Hello, Jan. How are you? How are you keeping? Happy 4th of July to you all, guys. Hello, Jonos. How are you? How are you all getting on, guys? I feel like I haven't done, well, it's actually almost 2 weeks, I think, since I've been live as such. Hello, Maureen. How are you? Auntie Maureen. Hello, Blue Moon. How are you keeping? Yeah, I feel like I haven't done this for ages. Hi, Nikki. How are you? Hi, my mother Sparks. How are you? Hi, Susan. Celebrate my 42nd wedding anniversary. Oh, Jan, congratulations. That is amazing. Well done, you. That is fantastic. My parents had their 50th wedding anniversary last year. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Hello, John. Hi, Thomas. How are you keeping? Yeah, Susan, do you know something? I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know. Do you know the way they call it this long, we won't say the C word. I just haven't been able to shake it. I'm kind of up and down and up and down and up and down, but I am on meds again for another throat infection and chest and all like that. And then I am supposed to get these iron injections that on my own fault I haven't been getting. And, you know, you kind of think, oh, I feel all right now, so it must be good. But so I've been put back on those every week. So I'm getting there. I still feel a little bit, you know, shaky in yourself. It's hard to explain how that feels when your iron is low. But yeah, I'll be grand. I know. Do you know, Maureen, you sound like my mother. She has been on to me forever. Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? And they're going, oh, I'll get it next week when I'm off work. I get it. And then I just kept putting it off. And, you know, I suppose if you're not, you know, getting the things that you're supposed to get, you are going to be run down and you are going to feel ill. And I did really feel ill last week. I'm still not, I won't say I'm 100% better, but I'm definitely better than what I'm. Maureen, I know, and they are so important, aren't they? They're really, really important. Hi, Nana. They're so important just for, I get, what is it, a vitamin D12 injection as well, so, and folic something or other that I have to take, and I'm so bad. Guys, I even forget my blood pressure tablets. That's how bad I am. And I always make these great strides into say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to cut out this, and I'm going to take vitamins, and it works for a few days. And I don't know, I'm lazy probably taking all these things. I really am. But I got my holidays, my summer holidays. So it's probably around, I'll be off for about 6 weeks, which is really, really nice. I'm really, really blessed. Hi, Wendy. How are you? Really blessed with my holidays. It's the school is out, so, you know, that's us on holidays then as well. So that's nice. So I'm hoping to kind of get myself back on track and better and, you know, get myself feeling 100% again. Yeah, you know, Maureen, I probably should be taking the calcium as well, but it actually hasn't been ever said to me by a doctor. But I mean, I suppose age-wise and everything else, it's good to get on top of those things, isn't it? Rather become anemic to stuff and to become run down, it is probably better off. And you know, guys, that vitamin D is possibly one of the best vitamins that you could be taking. I mean, well, I don't know about you. I suppose you might get sun more than what we do, but we certainly don't get enough sun here. So it's crucial for you that you get that B12 shot, or I think you can get it in probably tablet form as well. But I suppose the injection gives you, it happens quicker, I suppose, to your body. Um, Thanks, Nikki. I appreciate that. Yeah, Nana, it's not a nice. This happened to me a few years ago, Nana. And I know even right now I can feel that shake and feeling in my body, and that's what happened to me about 2 years ago, or maybe a little bit. Yeah, no, about 3 years ago actually it happened. I was falling over my feet. I couldn't talk properly. My mind, my memory, everything just kind of started to go really, really silly and crazy, and I didn't know what was going on with me. And they just did all my bloods, and he came back and he said, "Get in here now. I have to give you these injections. You're very low on iron, very low on the vitamin, and very low on folic acid." And do you know something? I was so good at the time for getting them. I think I was getting them once a week for 5 weeks, and then you move on, like. But this time again, I went and neglected myself. And yeah, so we're back to square one now. I have to build myself up again. Hello, Scouse. How are you keeping? I'd love to do a Scouse accent, but I just can't. I'd make Grey Visitations would probably be better at it than me. I'd really make a boo-boo of it. I know I would. Yeah, Blue Moon it is. We have to kind of, look at, if I don't look after myself, who's going to look after me? It's as simple as that. Gusher Girl is here, is she? I missed her. Um, I must have missed her. Hello, Gusher Girl, if you're there. These comments. And then I have to try and scroll back up. Let me just see. Oh, yes, you're there. I hope I've said hello to everybody now. I think I have. Thanks, Scouse. Look, I'll be all right. Sure, look, something? You can't complain, as I say, and who'd listen if I did, I'm all right. It's just, as I said, guys, it's so important to look after yourself. And, I think if you look after yourself inside, everything else kind of follows along, Hi, Dorothy, how are you keeping? Thanks, Hazel. Hi, Robert, how are you keeping? Toronto, Canada. Oh, I love Canada. Yeah, Scouts, we have a good laugh, don't we? We do. We get on well here. I'm so proud of you all. You're just always on the ball here, always so kind, and so just, it's lovely to read all the comments. Yeah, my mother Sparks, that's one of the ones that was really low. So they're part of what I'm getting. It's just I can't describe the feeling it gives you when you're low and stuff like that. Like, it gets to the point where you get so sick you don't know what's wrong with you. You can't actually put your finger on anything. And I think that's probably what's been going on this last few months with having kind of chest infections and throat infections. It's just I haven't my immune system, I suppose, is not great. I'll be grand, Dorothy. Thank you so much. Yeah, Scouse, it's just, I know, I tell you what else it is. I don't know whether any of you here suffer from hay fever. Hay fever has been really, really bad in Ireland the last few weeks. And, some people get hay fever and they get, maybe sneezing, their nose, their throat, their eyes. And then there's other people that will get infections like sinus infections and throat infections and chest infections. And to be fair, I do take antihistamines that don't really work very well. But I do think that as well kind of tends to mess me up a bit, Oh, gosh, girl, I used to get those. Thank God, touch wood. I don't, excuse me now, their pepper is repeating on me. I don't get kidney infections now. I used to get them terrible, but they are awful. Yeah, my mother Sparks. Yeah, I was anemic. That's how 3 years ago. That's where I was. I was really, 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 really bad, and so I had kind of sorted myself out. And just kind of forgot to, it's not a case that I'd have to go in now once a month, or it's just when I would feel that I need to. And really, I have been feeling like I needed that injection, and I just didn't go for it. Really, that's kind of, it's my own fault. My doctor's absolutely amazing. I couldn't give them better credit. They are absolutely fantastic. What is GV on about now? What is he saying? Oh, is he missing there somewhere? No, he's not. Is he behaving? I just seen one comment and I was like, what? No rest for the wicked. No, it's not, Maureen. You just have to really, really look after yourself. But as I said, I'm on my holidays now. There's no excuse for me not to attend my doctor appointments and get myself better. Oh, Dorothy, okay, yeah. I missed your comment and I just see his and I was like, what is he at? I knew he was missing, like. Yeah, so the holidays have started officially. I got mine Friday. Kids are off Thursday. So I'm off now, and I went, gosh, I don't even know what day it is. See, this is the way my head is now. I think, did I go off yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I went off and filmed a cemetery, and I actually put the road I drove to the cemetery, I actually put in the video just to show you these crazy rural Irish back roads. I mean, these are no joke. These are like, you take your life in your own hands sort of scenarios. So I just put a little clip of the road I was driving and wondering, is this actually where I'm getting to at all? A friend had said it to me ages ago about this little cemetery, and it was always wrote down to do. And I said, something, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and find it. And of course, I get nervous on these little back roads and I think I'm not going to find it. It couldn't be here. But I found it, and you have to go across a field, and it's right in the middle of the field. And, it was beautiful just to look at. But when I got in, there's some lovely headstones there. I don't know whether you remember Dennis Cullen and James Byrne, the stonemasons in the 17th century. So some were 1740s, 1730s. So we have a few of those in there. So I was delighted. Actually, the thumbnail is one of the thumbnails of this live is actually one of the headstones. I think it's Dennis Cullen. Just with the scenes of the crucifixion. Just, it's always amazing to come across old headstones, but it's, when the maker's name, when the stonemason's name is on the headstone, it's like, it's just really, really, it's so nice to see it, and so nice to see a lot of them are really in good condition, like. So that is going to be up tonight at 10 o'clock, so in just over 3 hours time. What are you, I swear. Scouse is messing, grave visitation. He's always messing. It's the Scouse in him, isn't it? It's the Scouse in him. Hiya, Penny, how are you? Yeah, I'm not too bad, Penny. I'm not too bad. I'm drinking my Dr. Pepper, guys. That always helps. It helps a lot. Yeah, so that's going to be up this evening. And then I just intend to slowly get myself back out into the cemeteries then. And like, I have a few things that I really want to do. A few stories that I've been wanting to cover for months now, And we actually went today. We went out for something to eat. Little boy's birthday was yesterday. He was 9. The baby is 9. And if we're out in the car, we always kind of, if we're passing a cemetery or there's a cemetery nearby, we'd always go in. And we went into St. Ibar's again. And this man that I want to cover is actually in St. Ibar's. And I wanted to make sure I knew where his grave was. So I found his grave. He was a Garda, so a policeman. And he was killed on duty. And it's quite a sad story. And then there's another one up in Bray. Actually, he was a sergeant. He's buried in Bray in Wicklow, and it's another, wow, it's a really, really sad story as well. He was killed in, working, and he was killed. And, you know, with these, always takes me a while to gather myself to do stories like this, because they are so, you want to do it justice, you want to do it right. Hi, Susan. Did I miss anyone, guys? I'm so sorry. What was I saying? Oh, hi, Louise. How are you? Yes. So, when you're just doing stories like that, you just want to be really respectful and to make sure you get it all right. And your mind definitely has to be in the right space to do it. Do you know what I mean? Did anybody like the little cemetery there in Timon, where the Virgin Mary appeared to the boys? What do you reckon, guys? I love doing that story. Excuse me. Oh my God, Dr. Pepper is really, that's not good. I have known about that story for a long, long time. And there's actually a few stories around Wexford where people have seen the apparition of the Virgin Mary. And that one I wanted to do because I was able to go into the cemetery. The other apparition that happened in Wexford was actually at a grotto. And I'm not sure where the grotto is. I know the area, so I probably would be able to find it. But I just loved the three boys, talking to the reporter, to be able to stand there where the boys were standing. And just, I tell you, the bit I loved was the mammy, the Irish mammy. That was amazing. Like, she was up to her eyes in work, cooking the dinner. Like, it was such a typical Irish mammy, like, and the little boy coming home. And, I don't know, but most of you actually did say that you believed the boys, which is, it's lovely. I think you have to be open to these things. I think it's obviously your opinion and you're entitled to it, absolutely. But I just think, it's just such a beautiful story. As far as I know, those boys that are now men, of course, are still living in the area. But from what I could gather online and looking at comments and trying to source information and everything else, they're not going to talk about it. Now, I don't know, you can kind of decide why that is yourself. I mean, maybe they don't want to talk about it, and that's that, and that's fine, isn't it? But I just thought it was just it's lovely to get the old video. Do you know what I mean? And put that in the interview and put in the mammy, and to be able to walk the lane, and then to film from the cemetery where they seen the apparition was nice. Now, the only thing it was quite hard to figure out where exactly the apparition happened, because it's changed. It looks like a lot of the trees are gone, and maybe the hedge there is gone as well, But yeah, Dorothy, you see, that's another part of it. Like, I mean, Ireland are well known for their apparitions. Like, Knock in Ireland is well known for it. Like, I mean, there's not, hiya, Chris, how are you keeping? Oh, thank you so much. I'm doing much better, Chris. Appreciate that. Ireland is not, there's been a few apparitions. Not just Wexford. Knock is another place. It's kind of like a holy place. But I tell you what, I don't know how you feel about the way the priest came across. I know a lot of you went, you had your mixed emotions about the priest, let's say, but he was real typical old school Catholic church, definitely. And I mean, when I was talking to my mammy the other day, they used to fast. So from Saturday evening, their last meal before they went to bed. So that could be 7 o'clock. Even as small kids, they used to have to fast until they received Holy Communion on the Sunday. And she said, they'd have to walk miles to the Mass itself. And she said it was all built around fear and, you'd be starving. And the whole idea was you weren't supposed to eat until you received the Holy Bread. Da, 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 da. And I was saying to her about that priest, and I said, he was just so old school. It was like, no, 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 no. It's not this, it's not that. This is what happened. But yes, it's okay for Our Lady to appear in Lourdes. Like, I mean, I don't know. It was just so old school. I mean, the Catholic Church, the old Catholic kind of religion, I suppose, years ago was based on fear. I mean, I feared the priest. I feared if I didn't go into Mass, I'd get in awful trouble. And, but look, it was a lovely story to be able to do. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. Scouse, hold on. Where my grandparents are buried in Liverpool, Jamie Bulger is close to them. So I always say, Scouse, that story is something, that'll, that is, probably from my memory. And I mean, I know a lot of horrible things have happened over the years, but if in my time and from, stuff I remember, that has probably, oh my God, that story was just and is horrendous. Poor Jamie, like his poor family. It's just, so do Scouse, do whenever you can stop and sit with Jamie at his little grave anytime you can, because, I can still, I don't know whether you're all familiar with the story, but it showed CCTV of two young boys taking Jamie off, and I mean, Jamie never returned, but the CCTV is there of the little boy just holding hands, innocently enough in a mall, I believe it was, or a shopping area, and, not returning. And so it's nice, Scouts, that you can visit him and remember the little pet. That was definitely one of the saddest stories I think I've probably ever come across. No way. Someone vandalized it. Oh, Lord. Do you know what it is? I don't know. I actually don't know what it is. I don't get it at all, Scouts, to be honest with you. I just don't get anybody. I mean, I'm the first to put my hands up and say, if there's a gap in the door or if there's a vent or a hole, I'm taking a look. But that's different to getting in there and vandalizing a headstone or stealing from a grave. We recently had a story on our local paper of a woman whose family's grave keeps getting vandalized. It's an ongoing thing for her, like. So I just don't get it, like. And what's really, really horrible is to think that someone would touch a child's grave, an innocent little child's grave. I mean, I don't know if they're not worthy of anything. I don't know how they could to physically do that. I don't know. I don't get that. It's just horrible, terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh, I don't know. That is horrible. There is, Dorothy. That is the truth, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. I mean, Scouts grave visitations, we know the story. Hazel, I'd imagine, would know the story. And I mean, I do know that it was a huge story at the time. So I just don't want to go into it all here. But, it was just heartbreaking what happened, Jamie, and the fact that they were two teenagers. I don't think one of them was even a teenager. What they did with Jamie was, there's no words for it. There really is no words for it. And they get to live and they get to move on, I suppose. And as far as I know, I think, Scouts, I could be wrong, I thought one of them was released and was given a new name. Am I wrong? I'm not sure. I did think one of them was released, new name, identity, the whole lot. But um, I don't know actually. I must actually have a look at that, see what did happen there. But I just think everybody deserves a second chance in life, and I'm all about that. But to show that much evil at such a young, tender age, what's gone on there? Like, what has happened? I mean, some people say you're born evil, and I certainly believe that for some people it is that way, that it's in them. It's genetics, it's DNA. I've seen it. I've read reports of children whose parents have been in the worst of wars, and that the child has never actually physically been in the war, but they have the genetics of it, and they're angry and they're upset and they're frustrated, and it all comes from like a DNA source. So maybe there's part of that, and then maybe a child's upbringing can turn you rotten. But I still don't get it. It's not in me. Thankfully, it's not in me, and I cannot understand it. How another child, especially a child, could be that bad. Yeah, that's it, Scouse. Yeah, and he was actually given a new identity, wasn't he? And yes, I did think that there was something. So that's what he was caught with. Well, there, that just says a lot, really, doesn't it? Do you know? He just wonders sometimes. Like, jail is too cushy for some people, isn't it? That's it, Chris. Good man. The child murders were sent to a young offenders institute where they was, yeah, had released at the age of 18, so that their life ahead of them, like they'll get a new name, a new life, But will they get a new life? Because the way it is, I suppose, people find out who you are. So what happens? People find out who you are, and sometimes people take the law into their own hands, I suppose, and things like that just would sicken you to the stomach. That's 30 years ago, Chris. My goodness, like, hard to believe. Oh, there's a chair. There's a chair, and then he appears.
Hello,
Yeah,
everyone.
thanks, Chris. I just actually know something. It's what I must do is actually research that story again. It's just, it's one of those stories that just stays with you. That vision of the CCTV just stays with you, doesn't it? Yeah, it's true, Hazel. It is true. There you are now, guys.
Hi, Wendy, Scouse, Dorothy. Hi, Laura Lee.
Hi, Laura Lee.
You were talking there about defamation of graves and stuff. I was only talking to a guy the other day.
Oh, I just mentioned it, but I didn't go
Yeah.
into detail.
He worked with me, actually, and it's his aunt's son's grave. And it's very close to us here, not far away. And he was just speaking to me about it the other day. So what I'm trying to do is, there's somebody that's coming to this. It's a young guy that got killed in a car crash. Very, very bad car crash. And he was on a life support machine for a while, and unfortunately they had to switch it off. But there's somebody coming at night time, and they're taking flowers off the grave. They're kind of messing around with the grave and stuff. There was a big article about it in the Wexford newspaper here lately. But the guy's aunt was the woman that done the interview on the newspaper that I worked with, his aunt. So he's trying to get me in contact with her at the moment, and hopefully what I'm trying to do is maybe meet this woman and interview her at the graveyard, and try and find out what's going on, or who's taking stuff off the grave, and maybe it might help to catch the person that's doing it. So it's a video that I'm trying to do at the moment, and maybe hopefully come up with it soon, see how it goes.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yes, Scout. Sorry, I was reading comments there while you were talking. I wasn't. I was kind of smiling, but I was smiling at Scouts. Is that? This grave visitations.
That's me, or
That's
Scouse.
you.
All right, mate, all right.
See, I told you he'd take it off better than me.
You going to wake?
Greetings, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Enjoy. I love cutting the grass, Jim. You'll be grand. You'll be grand. Plenty of water, Jim. Yeah, Hazel, actually, that's what this lady is actually looking for, isn't
Well,
it?
see,
For,
that's the twist in it, Wendy, is that she has been to the local priest about this and asked him about getting cameras. The police were all for it. The police said, yeah, it's a good idea, get cameras. But the priest said, if I get a camera for this grave, he said, I'll have to get a camera for every other grave. So the priest wasn't inclined to go along with this. So,
yeah.
So she has no option but to maybe catch this person herself with her own camera phone or something. Or maybe if I interview her and I put the word out on my channel, somebody might know something or say something,
Yeah. It's horrible. I mean, was it her son's grave?
It's the woman's son's grave.
So it's her son's grave that's getting vandalized.
There's a bit of a story behind it, I was told, but I won't say it. I won't say on camera what the story is, because I have to try and meet the woman first.
Personal, private story anyway, but it's neither here nor there. Nobody should touch the grave. And there was a picture of her sitting beside the grave, and she just looked so upset, so just tired from upset, that kind of look.
It's hard enough to lose a child, tragically like that, to lose a child, and then for someone to come along and start messing with the grave as well is not nice.
Yeah, Dorothy, they're going to have to do that. Susan, that's a good idea. I've seen those deer camera, and they actually you'd be surprised exactly what it picks up. But I mean, if you think the guards at least the police here would help and set up something, or hi Kathy, how are you? I don't know, I think they've been doing kind of a vigil on the grave themselves, checking it out. But you can't sit in a cemetery, for days and weeks on end till they decide that, oh well, they're not there now, we'll just go in. It's quite an open cemetery.
Yeah.
And there's a busy enough road that goes by it, so it's like they're just taking their
it's on a very busy road.
Yeah.
So, if anybody was going into this graveyard or cemetery, at night, they would surely be seen by somebody passing on the road or something. It's very strange.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Now,
really
there's a reason behind it, there is a reason behind why the person is doing this. It could be vengeance for something, but even if vengeance doesn't justify, what horrible. These people are doing, and it's crazy.
Scouts, did you say that about their dogs? We actually noticed last few days where they are now not allowing dogs into areas, because no matter what rules you put up in a cemetery and telling you to keep your dog on a leash, or cleaning up and providing those litter little bags, it's disgusting. It's horrible. You wouldn't let your child do it, so why would you let your dog do it? People say that their dog is like one of their family, so just clean up after them, or don't bring them to the cemetery, or don't bring them on those nature walks. That's another one that really boils my blood, is when you're going for a nice walk and you're avoiding dog litter everywhere. Like, it's just disgusting. It's just not nice. Jim says there was a story, someone was removing stuff from this little kid's grave. Turned out it was a mama dog taking stuff and taking it to her puppies who were all abandoned. Hi
Kathy Myers, Blue Moon, anyone else I might have missed? Nana D.
Well, that's good, Jim. If the dog's got a home, that's lovely. Yeah, that's another thing, Hazel. Actually, that's another. I would rather see them leave it on the road than take the time to put it into a bag and then toss the bag into the ditch.
Scoop your poop.
Scoop your poop. That's what it's called here, actually, isn't it? That is what it's called here. Pooper scoopers. I don't know what you call it over there, but it's pooper scoopers. But come on, taking the time to bag it and then just flinging it to one side, that is just rotten. It's horrible. It's disgusting. Chris, in a cemetery in Surrey, British Columbia, somebody had stolen more than 175 flower bronze vases and selling them for scrap. No way. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is terrible, isn't it? Hazel, I'm sick of picking them up. Oh my God. It's horrible. Like, I mean, they say to find you now, but sure, who's going down country lanes to find people either, or to be watching who's pooing where, basically. Uh, Wendy said there was a lady doing that around here and she didn't think it was wrong. She brought all the stuff to her house. Ah, that's probably one of those, a little old woman who thinks these things are pretty. I did it as a child. I think I've told you that before. I was actually showing you, wasn't I? We went into my cemetery the other day where my granny and granddad are buried, and we were looking at all the lovely little stones and they're like glass, some of them.
Hi, Mo.
Maureen, an official member for 3 months. Yeah, Maureen, you're there a long, long time with us. Hi, Mo.
Maureen's
sister Mo. She is. Maureen is our auntie, or adopted auntie. Here. Yeah, there's our spirit sister, Maureen, or Mo.
One that likes to be called Mo.
And then there's our auntie Maureen.
Hi, Mandy Dunn.
But yeah, so I was showing them all the lovely. Hi, Mandy. These little glass stones, and I think I've said to you before, I used to take them and put them in my pocket and bring them home. And then one day I shared it with my mammy and told her, look at all the gems I brought home, mammy. And I didn't do it again, let's just say. I got in big trouble. But in my head, they were precious stones. And I don't know what I thought. I suppose I thought I was going to be rich.
People still call me Irish Eyes. People still call me Irish Eyes. It's like they're brainwashed with the name now.
It's GV now, Mandy.
It's GV now.
GV.
It's hard to change. I didn't want to change the name, but I changed it because I felt I had to, because with a cemetery channel, you kind of have to have a cemetery name to go with it. And
now mine, I suppose, is not very cemetery based, but
Serenity.
It was to do with serenity, serene, and that kind of thing. But when we were figuring out the channels, and we would put in Irish Eyes, because Irish Eyes is such a so many songs, I suppose, have Irish Eyes in it, that's what you were getting first. So you were kind of not getting his channel.
The normal name Shadowrunner.
Grave
visitations.
Grave visitations. With grave visitations, when you Google it, you actually find it. This is the problem with, like, I'm here. I'm just over a year, would you believe now?
These are grave visitation eyes now, not Irish eyes.
So I'm on YouTube, I think, since June, the end of June last year. So just a little bit over a year. So I'm still learning about YouTube. There's lots of policies and there's all sorts of things that you have to try and soak up and learn. And part of it is your channel name and how searchable it is and how reachable it is. And
who wants a jelly snake?
Yuck.
A jelly snake.
They're actually not that nice.
Yeah.
They're not. When Irish Eyes Are Smiling, that was one of the songs that would come up. What was the other one? Stop slapping, that's horrible. Scouse, he's a messer. Definitely the Irish option. I have to do Posh's face. Be very stern, and I don't have the cheek line, unfortunately.
Very nice.
No gummies for Kathy. I don't like.
But the sour ones are very hard to stomach, though.
No, I don't like anything like that. Anybody try? Oh, that's what we should have done today for the laugh. We've a new Tato here. Tato is the Irish brand of crisps, and recently Tato have released. Do you know the cola bottles, guys, and the fizzy cola bottles? They have released a Tato. Oh, even thinking of it, a fizzy bottle. What would you call it? A fizzy bottle cola flavored crisp. We should have got a packet today for the laugh just to see us vomiting, because that's anybody I've seen try them are just they're rotten.
Scouts. What kind of language is that? None of that. Actually, I do, if you want to.
Oh, excuse me. Oh my God. Yeah, Mo. I think you'll always be Mo's Irish eyes.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks.
Cassie, I don't know. I don't like cake and I don't like buns. I don't really like biscuits. I don't like jellies or sweets, really.
Scouts, are
be
you
honest.
an Everton supporter or a Liverpool supporter? Because that's the big question.
Ooh. If you got the answer right now, you could win a prize.
You better answer. You better put up the right answer, or I won't be your friend.
Oh. He has a bottle. Where's your Dr. Pepper?
Mine is
We can't share drinks.
it's not here.
Sharing is not caring when one of us is sick.
Do you ever? I looked up the other day on YouTube the Dr. Pepper ad. Remember the real old ad? Dr. Pepper, what's the worst that could happen? Do you know that ad? Did you ever watch that?
I don't know that. I've never sing it there.
Oh, I'm not sing.
Put it on the phone.
If I could sing.
Does
more.
anybody remember the Dr. Pepper ad? Scouse, you're grand. You're funny. But you didn't answer the question. You didn't answer the question, Scouse. Who do you support?
Who do you support, Scouts?
Nobody remembers.
Posh and Bex.
Dr. Pepper was, what's the worst that can happen?
Mm.
Wasn't it?
I think it's a young guy that's called. Everything starts falling around him and breaking and stuff, and people are carrying him out on a stretcher or something. Something like that. What's the worst that could happen, Dr. Pepper? I seen on TV the other day, actually, on YouTube. There actually is the real grave of the guy that invented Dr. Pepper.
Is that it?
He's in America somewhere. That's it there. What's the worst that can happen?
I can't, if I play some.
I better stop eating these because I'm addicted to them. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? That's him.
What's the idea of that though?
Dr. Pepper. What's the worst that can happen?
So,
Hell, only one team in Liverpool read through. Come on, Scouts.
woohoo!
What do you think of the new striker we bought, Nunes? £85 million.
Yes, Dorothy, that was, I think it was a
I'm
Diet
a Liverpool
Coke,
fan.
Diet Coke ad. Is Jim, Cemetery Visits with Jim, are you a Liverpool fan?
We're going to win the league this year.
Right, Scouts, come on, who's your favourite player then? Let's see where this one goes.
I'm a pepper, you're a pepper. Would you like to be a pepper too?
Dorothy liked the Diet Coke
Am I
ads.
keen? I am keen to see him play, as I don't know anything about him. I don't really know much either, only that I think he scored 23 goals or something in his own league.
Hazel.
Dr. Pepper,
Oh.
the gardener. Like the gardener from Desperate Housewives.
Did you meet him, Scouse? Cool. I have
Who
a
did you
picture. Mo. I have a picture of me
What's that?
standing beside the cardboard cutout of Mo. He was nice as well. Now, I have to
Yeah,
say.
Mo is,
No, it's,
Egyptian.
yeah, Mo is lovely though.
he always kisses the ground when he scores.
What about 2, 4, and 10? That goes way back.
2, 4, and 10.
Uh,
What's the 2, 4, and 10? Kathy Myers.
yeah, Kathy. Timothy. Hello, Timothy. How are you?
I think
Oh no, Chris. That even actually, Dr. Pepper. What sort of a name is that? Seriously, for like, it is it is Coca-Cola actually. Coca-Cola Northern Ireland. So where's the pepper come in when it's kind of a cherry flavour? I don't really get it.
hi Timothy from Austin.
They had a clock on the bottle. They were suggesting the times to get pepped. Oh, Oh, so that's a different, Kathy, that's a different Dr. Pepper ad, is it?
Is there such thing as Doctor? Was there a Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, do you know the way there was a KFC, there was a
Yeah, that's
Colonel.
what's he then?
Oh no.
KFC. What's the guy's
Colonel.
name that done the chicken? KFC.
Oh Lord. Colonel. I was going to say Colonel Parker. Oh my God.
Elvis.
I know. I was actually going to say Colonel Parker. Who is the guy on the KFC bucket guy? What's his name? Oh my God.
Colonel Sanders.
Sanders. Well
Sanders.
done, Wendy.
Wendy's class.
Theory often cited is that the drink was named after an actual doctor, one Charles T. Pepper of Rural Retreat, Virginia.
And he's buried in America somewhere because I did see his grave, a video of his grave. He's there.
Oh, that is cool, Chris. Morrison may have named the drink after the doctor in gratitude for Pepper having given Morrison his first job.
They're all eating nearly. They're nearly all eating.
That was a full. What are they?
Blue Moon. I love that name, Blue Moon.
Blue Moon of Kentucky.
But you know what Blue Moon is? Blue Moon is the song from Manchester City Club.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Blue Moon. Or then you have my favourite song Elvis sang, Blue Moon of Kentucky.
Oh, Laura Lee. That's another thing I have to stop watching. I'm addicted to that. That Dr. Popper. That is disgusting, but I do.
What's Dr. Popper?
Where she pops, sits.
That's disgusting.
It is disgusting, but people love it, don't they? I don't know why, but they do. But you're all right. These are actually, these are vegan.
When you walk through the storm.
Watching you eat your gummies, I'm off.
Maureen Mara, member for 7 months.
Well
Love and serenity.
Done, Sister Mo.
Maureen, thanks for being a member.
Dr. Lee is
both
awesome.
of our channels.
Yeah.
And anyone else.
Yeah, Hazel, I'm kind of a chocolate person, really. I suppose it kind of beats everything. And you know, when you feel sick, that's kind of what you crave. I suppose that's kind of like your sugars or something, maybe. I'm not sure. Dr. Lee is awesome. Now, guys, Annie is doing anything for the weekend that's in it.
It was invented in Texas, Dr. Pepper.
Where did you see that?
Kathy Myers says.
Oh, Mary, Ali, how are you?
Hi,
how
Mary.
are you keeping? Sorry, we missed you there. I still don't. I think I'm missing loads here.
It's a good name, though, for the channel or the person, Dr. Popper.
Yeah, Dorothy. I was just telling him. Well, I wasn't telling him. I was saying it in chat when we were at the last little video I put up about the apparition of Mary, and the bakery is right. I mean, literally, you walk past the smell.
I love the smell of fresh baked bread and stuff.
Goodness. And I was telling someone today in comments that it brought me back to my child. I think it was Gray, actually. I don't think he's here. But it was like Mammy used to make, what are those stoves? God, my brain is really bad. Do you know the stoves, the flat stoves that everyone had in their kitchens years ago? The Aga.
I thought you meant the stoves with brick.
No, like they're an Aga cooker or something. But anyway, there's a flat top on top of the stove, and
That's
it got
before my time.
really hot. And Mammy used to make this bread, and it was called griddle bread, and she'd roll it out, and it would go so unhygienic.
Was it?
When you think about it now, it would go straight on top of the
Hot cross buns, I think.
top of the cooker, and she'd cook it, and you know you'd hear that noise, and she'd say, "Yeah, it's cooked now," and she'd slice it up, and loads of butter and jam. Oh my God, it just gave me memories of that.
We used to be in school in home economics. I don't know if you call it home economics in America or whichever part of the country you're from or world. But in school, we used to do home economics, and we'd have to bring our own ingredients, make our own buns and stuff. But I remember there was one day a friend of mine, he was cooking this brown bread in the oven. And he started shouting and making noise and joking and stuff. And the teacher, I remember, she really gave out to him. She says, "You're not supposed to make noise or bang things," she said, "because the bread will explode in the oven."
No, that's true. There's truth to
he
that.
banged the door and the bread went boom.
Yeah.
It just fell down.
That is
into
true.
nothing.
Arlene Mango, thank you so much. That is really appreciated. And Kathy is saying, oh, Kathy's going for her Dr. Pepper. Good woman, Kathy. About the little star. The little star, I think, is to do with your when you're a member on the channel. And I think every month they change colours. So every
Oh, the
month,
memberships, the
yeah,
more you're on it, I
yeah, the longer
suppose.
you're on it, it changes colour. And there's
Yeah.
another thing to say that you can make a special, like a member chat, but I actually don't know how to
You
do
can
that.
make for members
Once a month, a special
emojis as well. Like
Yeah.
in the chat, you can say like something like Serenity Sue emoji or whatever like that if you want, and the members can put in those things
Yeah.
in the chat. I forgot my share of the flour one day and put a bit of washing powder in to the bun mix. The buns were for the teachers.
Oh, you want to sneeze now, yeah?
No,
He has hay fever as well. So
I have hay
he's
fever, and if I
sneezing.
start sneezing, so if I just disappear,
I swear he could sneeze maybe 20
Oh.
times, one after another. It just doesn't stop. It's just a continual sneeze. It's like
Ah,
I don't know what it's like. I've never heard anyone like it before.
Aisha's not here. Because when I sneeze, it sounds like my sneeze sounds like I'm saying Aisha. So I got Aisha.
I said that to her night he was sneezing.
Aisha's one of the members.
Yeah, Aisha is one of the moderators, actually, I think. When he sneezed, it sounded like he said Aisha. I'd love to, if she was here, it'd be so funny. She'd have a good laugh out of that, actually. It's so funny when he sneezes, it says Aisha.
Aisha.
Oh, can you pronounce Tyen?
Tyen.
That was who
Tyen.
forgot the flower. I hope I pronounced it right. Chris, good one. Did you see that? And I read it out again. Chris says the prices they want for bread these days, it's crazy. I don't have that kind of dough.
I don't have that kind of dough. That's a good one. But I tell you a good joke, right? A really quick one.
Is it clean?
It's very clean.
That's all right.
It's as clean as the table.
A whistle.
A whistle.
Yeah.
So this guy, right? He walks into a bar and there's loads of people in this Irish bar, and he turns around to all these guys that were drinking and laughing and joking, and he says to the barman, "Have you got a large bottle, please, an empty bottle, like a Guinness bottle?" And he says, "Yeah, what do you want that for?" He says, "I'll show you in a minute." So he says, "Yeah, okay." So he grabs the big, large Guinness bottle and he brings it over to where all these lads were in the pub, and he leaves it down in the middle of the floor. And he says to the guys, he says, "How much will you give me," he said, "if I can crawl into that bottle?"
Oh, yeah.
Right? So the guys were there looking, they said, "You're crazy, what are you talking about? You won't be, how can you crawl into a bottle?" He says, "How much will you give me if I crawl into that bottle?" So one guy says, "I'll give you 50 euros. The other guy ups and says, "I'll give you 100 euros. And the other guy says, "I'll give you 200. So the money was all left in the middle of the table. So he says, "Go on then." They said, "Do what you said you were going to do." So this guy walks outside the bar, opens the door, walks out. And after 5 minutes later, you see this guy coming in on his hands and knees, crawling into the bar, and crawled in from outside into the bottle. He said, "I told you I would crawl into the bottle."
Hi, Paul. Hi, Watcher in
there
the
you go.
Dark. That is as funny now as...
Well, it's a good trick, though. It's a
it's a
good bar
trick.
trick.
Yeah, it's a
Remember
trick.
that one? He crawled into the bottle like he said he was going to do.
Yeah, he didn't actually say he was going to go inside, I suppose.
He didn't say inside. He said, "I will crawl into the bottle."
Yeah.
So he crawled into the bottle.
Yeah, sorry about that disastrous joke there.
It's a good one for the men. If you're in the bar, Jim, if you're in the bar, if you drink, I don't know if you drink.
All right, Chris has one. A hamburger walks into the bar and orders a beer. The bartender says, "Sorry, we don't
Food in
we
here.
don't serve food in here."
We don't serve food.
Oh God! You know, those ones are nearly the best ones. The worse the joke, the funnier it is. Mine doesn't get it. I think you should demonstrate.
Oh, and I have.
Crawl into the...
Put a bottle in the middle of the table like that, or the floor, I mean.
No, I think he had it that way.
Yeah.
So he was going to crawl
He said,
into
I
it.
will crawl into that bottle. So they all said, there's no way possible you can crawl into that bottle. So he went outside the pub, crawled back into the bar, up to the bottle on his hands and knees, and said, I told you I would crawl into the bottle.
So he came from outside in.
Crawled in.
Yeah, I agree with you, Laura Lee. Also, guys, my shop is up and running now. It's all very new to me as well. So basically, the shop prints and ships to ye. So no matter where you're from, I think they must have, well, I know they do, have different locations all around.
Yeah.
But it's not through me, if you know what I mean. You will be dealing directly with the shop. So I know there's a few people have bought stuff, so thank you so much for that. But it will be directly to that shop themselves. I don't actually sell them. I have just given them the design, I suppose, and hopefully I can, as time goes by, I'll add a few more different items and kind of, I suppose, mess around with the graphics and things like that. Yeah, so the link I think is on my about section on my YouTube channel. You make a small profit, Kathy. It really depends on what the item is. It's anything from, I don't know, you could make $6. I don't know what that is in euro. $6, $3. It just depends. But at least with that, the shipping is fair on everybody, if you know what I mean. Because if I was to make them in Ireland and I had tried to source different things, it was just going to be way too expensive.
I suppose like
outside of the EU, I suppose.
Commission percentage of.
Yeah, so
you just get a percentage, really, a small percentage.
Yeah, and then I'm not very business minded, so I kind of leave all that up to them then. And I'm waiting for a t-shirt to come as well. So, let's see what happens. But I'd always said, I mean, people have asked for so long, when are you going to drop some merch?
Or whoever purchases a t-shirt or a hoodie or a drink bottle or anything small, if you want to take a photograph of yourself with a t-shirt on
that'd be brilliant.
She can put it up on the community page.
I'd love to do that. So if you get something, send me a picture with you in it if you want. So there's anything from, I've done stickers as well, just to kind of different prices and stuff. There's drink bottles, there's, what else have I got? T-shirts.
Scouse, you can send a picture of you with your Everton jersey on. Yeah.
No. Yeah, Scouse, I do. So it's all very new to me, very, very new to me. I was pulling my hair out here. It's taken me ages to do it because I was kind of half doing it and coming back out of it and, trying different companies and stuff. So I just wanted to get it up and running. I'd always said once I reached around the 8K.
Ghost, don't be getting all annoyed now.
No, don't say that. Like you wouldn't like that. Shadow Runner, can I do a graphic for you?
What's that?
How do you mean, Shadow Runner? Sorry, I'm just still.
That sounds very graphic.
Oh, thanks, Mo. Thanks, Paul. I mean, my God, it's completely up to you what you want to do. But I wanted to do it in, like a sticker, and then up to hoodies and stuff, t-shirts. And I think actually I put one of those bucket hats on it as well. I love bucket hats. So I think there's one of those on it as well. And I think there should be loads of colours and all, but I need to get back into the shop and have a look, see what else they can make then as well. Loads of variety.
If there's anybody new here.
Okay, Shadowrunner, hit me up with what do you call messages on Facebook?
A DM.
A DM, please. And I'll talk to you about that, Shadowrunner.
If there's anybody new here on the channel, Grave Visitations is my name. grave visitations. If you want to subscribe to my channel, click on.
I have to show Chris this
Somebody
now.
might be able to put in my link if they can, maybe Kathy or someone, please. If you want to subscribe to the channel, I'm trying to grow myself at this.
You're
time.
6 foot. You can't go any further.
Well, I'm not 6, nearly 6, but I'm trying to grow the channel and get places and do things. Buy GV a good joke book, maybe some Dr. Pepper and some more gummies.
Right, I absolutely agree with the joke book.
Hey, I have great jokes, but
Hold on now.
they're not coming to the top of my head.
Right, we have the Dr. Pepper.
And the jokes I have cannot be said on a live.
No,
trust me.
They can't. We have the Dr. Pepper. He does need a good joke book, but we've got the gummies covered. It was Ollie's birthday yesterday.
Gummies got you covered.
And even the child hasn't gone through.
Gummy bears. My favourites are cola bottles. I love cola bottles and jelly beans. They're my favourite.
There you are, start eating them now.
No,
these, look at.
I'm full. Just reminds me, bought bucket hat and forgot about it. Been wearing my panorama.
Mustig out. Do, Paul, I love a good bucket. I can't wear, I've sticky out ears, guys.
Thanks, Kathy Myers.
See my ears? So if I wear, what are them baseball caps called? If I wear a cap like that, my ears get burnt. So I like a bucket hat. And I had one last year and it was reversible. And I don't know what I've done with it. So I'm going to have to try and find.
Oh, your Panama hat.
Panama, yeah.
Panama.
Thanks, Chris. These guys came from.
This video is sponsored by.
I'd see if you know these.
Tootsie Lollies. This video is sponsored by Tootsie Lollies.
It says. Oh no! It says artificial flavor, but they're American. I think they came from Pennsylvania or somewhere around like that. What are they called?
Scouse.
Tootsie Roll.
You don't have a Facebook account in this day and age. What is going on?
Do Scouse. Yeah, these are more candy. We've loads of candy. Loads. Way too much. Look at that. And I don't like them. So.
Oh, I deleted a call because it's a broken link. Let me see if I can fix it.
Oh, thanks, Kathy.
Yeah, I don't know why it says the old name.
Thanks, Shadowrunner.
I think you'd have to go into my About section on my YouTube page and then just copy and paste that link. I'd be able to do it myself, actually.
Hazel, do you know something? Just to let you all be very aware, be very, very careful with Facebook, with Instagram, and now that I say it as well, all your all your passwords. I have seen an awful lot, and I'm not on Facebook very often, but I have seen an awful lot of where people are complaining of being hacked, or their friends saying, have you opened up a second account? Now, I don't know what they hope to get from that. I actually recently, this is how bad things are. I recently got an email, just to make you all aware, because I am all for getting rid of these scammers. This woman emailed me, said her name, I just can't remember at the moment what her name was, and said, I'm in the United States Army. I've worked very hard. I don't have family. Gave me this lovely story of what she did. Sent me 2 photos of herself. She was hoping to buy land in Ireland and needed somebody that she could trust to hold her money. Now, straight away, you absolutely know that is a scam. Yeah. So what I actually did was I went a step further and I got her photo from the email and popped it into the Google photo search. This is, I don't know whether any of you knew this could happen. I seen somebody do this a few months ago and I thought, wow. So you can find locations and stuff by using a photo. So you use the photograph and you put it into Google search where the little camera icon is. And this other lady's photo came up on Twitter, who is actually in the army. So I contacted her directly, but I don't really have a Twitter. This was a Twitter account. I don't really have Twitter, so I don't know whether she's seen it or what happened. But it just goes to show, guys, that these scammers are just, it's unreal. We're getting Amazon text messages, our postal service on post. They are being scammed in the sense that they're saying, you have a package coming, you owe $1 on it or €1 on it, please pay it here, and before you know it, your card is wiped out. I don't really get the Facebook ones because I don't know what the idea is, what way they're going to get money out of that, unless they decide to say, oh, there's a friend of Sue, so I'll ask him, I'll pretend I'm Sue and I'm wanting money. Or so I don't know. So just be really, really mindful of that. Be careful of your passwords, and I would even suggest changing them if you can every now and again, just to keep things private and secure. Yeah, Maureen, I'm the same. I don't answer those.
There's too many fakes at the moment.
There's a lot of spam calls here at the moment. We get them from, where was the last place we got it from?
You get them everywhere. You get them on YouTube as well.
We
have come across so many fake people on YouTube. It's no joke. And you just see them they stand out like a sore thumb. You just know they're fake. And you just know that they're not like the normal chat that you get and stuff like that. You just know a fake.
Yeah, Chris, I think that's where my last one was from, on a phone call. And Kim, yes, I've had several. I had this person rang me and said they were from Amazon, and I knew straight away I hadn't anything from Amazon coming, so I knew it was a scam. And I let him talk for as long as he wanted to, and then I just kind of called him out and I said, "Gway, you're a hoax, like it's a scam." And
Maureen is not real.
I hung up, and didn't he ring me back?
They ring you
He
back,
rang me back on another number, and I wouldn't like to say the word that he used. Very racial, racist. I can't say racialist.
Yeah.
An awful word.
You get these people.
And I just thought, wow, because I called him out and told him he was fake. He straight away got another number to ring me, to call me that slur word. It was her. I was kind of a bit shook, but I just blocked it all, and I must block those unknown callers as well, because hi Marie, how are you?
Marie's late, but she's here.
Yeah, Chris, that's another thing actually. There's a lot.
You get all these African people, right, and they tell you, my father died or my uncle died and left me some money in his will, like something like $5 million or something. And, I need to meet somebody from your country that I can maybe give you some of this money and stuff, which sounds ridiculous.
Well, I had a Canadian millionaire email me years ago.
Why did you tell me
millionaire wanting to, the same thing, he was wanting to invest. How do they even know where you're from? This is what I don't get. Are they just taking wild guesses or something? But he knew I was Ireland, and he had $1 million, whatever he had, Canadian dollars, and he was very sick and he had no family, and he wanted to know, would I kindly take it off him?
Mo was asking about the T-shirt online, but that is genuine, Mo. The T-shirt.
Oh yeah,
Sue's T-shirt link is genuine.
Yeah, just always keep a copy of receipts and emails that you get. Those are always brilliant.
Anything that you see come from her channel, like a link, and she talks about it or tells you about it, you can trust.
Yeah. And just be mindful of PayPal is a great way of, I suppose, securing your money, and it's kind of insured. What are other ways? Revolut is one here as well. They need somebody to change Canadian money into British pounds, and if you can help them, they will give you. Yeah, that's kind of the ones I've got, Chris, as well. I heard someone from the States went out to Africa in response to such an email and got held. What?
Held hostage.
Paul, no way.
And murdered.
You see, it's the vulnerable people. Like, we have had a number of years ago a scam, and they were basically targeting the older community and older men and women who were on their own. Now, this is a face-to-face scam. So to call to your home and say, oh, I'm in the business of roofing or soffit and fascia, and I've noticed that, your slates are, badly damaged. I've noticed that your guttering is falling. If you don't fix it, you're going to be flooded. And to give this person a big story. And then, of course, can you fix it? Yeah, absolutely, I can fix it for you. If you give me a down payment, Now, the chances are they come back and maybe do a job where they'll take the stuff away. And that's it. The money is gone. The deposit is gone. Your job now needs somebody else to come in to re-tile or refix. It's just horrible. That went on in Ireland there about 10 years ago. It was horrible. It was horrible. Yeah, Maureen, I'm kind of the same now. You just have to be sure. Just back up everything. I think, yeah, Paul, there's so many of those phone scams going on that they have to hit with somebody some stage. So it's probably worth their while to bring in 20 people into an office and be constantly calling mobile numbers. And somebody has an Amazon package coming, and you've been told that there's taxes or duty on it, and you have to pay $6 or euro on it, and you do, and next minute your card is
you have to pay $20.
So it's it's not good.
Pay $20 and I will send you what you'll want.
Yeah, I do
That's what they say
graphics
on the
just
phone.
as a
And then
hobby.
you call them out on the phone. I got one on the phone one day, and I had him for about 40 minutes on the phone, and I knew he was fake, but I just kept him on the phone to piss him off.
Mo, if you're at all not sure or worried about it, don't do it, Mo. That it would be my advice in life. If you don't know how to do it,
It's up to yourself.
Yeah,
All we
absolutely.
can tell you is that it is 100% genuine. She set the link up herself, so it's a lot of YouTubers do it. It's through a company.
Yeah, there's a few of the YouTubers.
But it's up to yourself completely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Paul, I've seen a few of those videos actually. Yeah, they're actually brilliant.
Diana.
He's able to tell them the scammer's their real name, which is because they get dumbfounded then they don't understand. How do you know who I am?
No.
Yeah, Kathy, that's a nice hobby. I've done that as well, actually. I'm not very good at it, but I've done it at times as well, where you kind of restore the photos. Shadow Runner, sorry. Yeah, I'll read that message, Shadowrunner, when I'm off the live here, and we'll have to be going very, very soon. Anna, I think I said hello to Anna. Yeah, Kathy, do you know something? It's a nice pastime and hobby. It really is. I love editing anyway. I love editing my videos and stuff. What are you at now?
Does anybody? What's my real name? Does anybody know my real name?
My name's Jeff.
That is such an old.
My name's Jeff.
He's got that silly app out again.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that joke. I don't know. He's like a child with an app. Kathy, that was something I used to love doing. Those puzzles, the jigsaws.
Nana, don't tell them my real full name. No, take that off.
Stop. He's messing, Nana. Don't mind him. Stop it. God, you're so annoying. Kathy, I used to love doing jigsaw puzzles. You don't like jigsaw puzzles, yeah?
No, I hate jigsaws and I hate books.
And my dad hated them as well.
I don't like reading books.
We used to do a jigsaw between us all, mostly at Christmas time.
William Jones,
hi, William.
welcome.
And we'd frame it.
You missed the joke, Marie Green.
Kim, I got a call once saying I'd won a vacation trip, all expenses paid. Just needed a credit card to hold it. I gave him some long story, that poor guy. Oh no, Kim, that was a lucky escape. God, that is just you just have to be well wise to everybody, I'm afraid.
Do you like my hat? I bought this in London.
Take me back to London.
Hard Rock Cafe in London. It's nice, isn't it?
Wow, Paul. 1643. We were looking at what's that thing?
The look of books.
What's your man?
Maybe that joke was almost as good as your last one. Chris,
Pawn Stars, where they have the books. What is he like? Your man?
The
Is-
TV program.
Yeah. What's your man in it?
Oh, what's his name?
Oh Lord,
I'm always watching it.
what is the name of the program even? Or the son? I can't even remember. Oh my God.
What's his name? The guy.
Ah,
PAWN.
Pawn,
Pawn Stars.
yeah.
Don't get that mixed up.
what's his name? Can you think of it now?
Um,
Them guys. I can't think of their names. I love watching them, Paul. They had actually the other day. They had really, really, really old
Cathy Myers, Jigsaw Puzzle Page.
page. Oh, so I actually had an app on my phone, Cathy, where I used to be able to make the jigsaws on my app. Thanks for reminding me of that. Actually, Pawn Stars. What's his name though, guys? Can anybody remember? I know it's good crack. And they had Paul. They had a book on it the other day. What was the money on the book? It was crazy.
Rick.
That's
his
it.
name,
Yeah.
Rick. Chumley.
Chumley. Yeah.
Rick. All those guys. The old man. He's dead now. Somebody actually done a video of his grave. He's buried in Las Vegas. The old man.
Oh yeah.
Rick Harrison's dad. The old man. He's buried in Las Vegas.
Can't think of his name now either. He's kind of grumpy, but I love him.
Oh,
Chumley, yeah. But yeah, they have. I know it's completely done for the television program, but I mean, when you see some of the stuff, what they're worth or what they're not worth.
Chumley, Lee, Chris. Chumley.
Oh yeah, Chumley, yeah.
Got you back for the joke.
He did, Chris. He went to the pawn shop in the sky. Scouts, we have good crack here, even though he's really annoying. Like, but
yeah. Well, listen, that's just here. Wait till you see me on my own channel. If you really want a buzz
annoying
and a laugh, and you want to see me calling people out and all that, come to my channel.
Mo, I will be on premiere tonight at 10 o'clock, so it's 7. God, 20 past 7, 20 past 8.
Yeah,
27. Less than 3 hours, Mo. It's on my channel there, so if you want to click the notify.
I've done that one before, Marie, that app about you're on about.
Yeah.
And it's freaky looking though, because the person of the photograph you have, their eyes are just moving over and back. It's weird.
And they kind of smile. It actually does depend on the photo, Marie, because some of my photos looked like it really did bring him to life.
Yeah.
But it was like, say, my granddad, and it kind of I didn't know how to feel about it. But then there was other photos that were more natural photos that worked better on, if you get me. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be scary.
A disc depot. Chumley's a disc depot.
Because my friend actually works for a place called, that's spelled differently though. The Chumley and the Pawn Stars is spelled different.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so Cathy and Maureen wants us to do, we were only talking about this, a
night walk. Yeah.
Night walk. So
We're
we've been
going to
trying
do
to
it.
figure out what cemeteries we can go into without,
And where
that
you
are
get
open.
good coverage.
Well, yeah.
If you want a live, would you rather a live nighttime walk on a live or just video it?
Yeah, because, this is the problem with us, that we go to a place, we think the coverage is great, and then it's not, and that messes up everybody's enjoyment of the video, ours and yours, of course. But we have been talking about doing a live night walk in a cemetery. But the problem with that, as I said, is coverage.
Now, there was one cemetery we were in the other day, and I noticed the coverage was good. But sometimes it tells you have full bars and the coverage is great, and then when you turn on your camera, it's crap.
It doesn't. Now, I know at nighttime, it's probably not as bad as in day, if you get me, because your vision is different.
No, I don't know what the other place is like.
But we also want to go back to the place that you did the video on, where we found the crypt in the woods, and we were really eager to do a necrophonics there. I mean,
there's 3 or 4 coffins in a crypt that you can see, and they're that close you could nearly touch them.
Yeah.
And they're very.
It's old, isn't it?
And it's a cool looking crypt.
Yeah.
I've done it on my channel. It's an old crypt with the coffins.
But if we do go live in a cemetery, we won't be saying where we are, because we don't get trouble.
Well,
And
whatever we can do, we'll try
yeah, and
pick up-
the other point of that is if you're going into a cemetery at night that's open for you to walk in, obviously we'll be together, so I wouldn't be doing it on my own, and you wouldn't be doing it on your own.
No.
But you would have to also be mindful because our torch that we have is amazing.
Yeah, it's good now.
It's
It is.
amazing.
It picks up everything.
It kind of brightens up everything. So you'd have to be mindful of homes around. Miss Hazel off.
Yeah, right. Thanks for coming, Hazel.
God bless Hazel, mind yourself. And I'm going to cut this now in about 2 minutes because I've really taken up too much of your time. But so you just have to be mindful of the homes around because we don't want somebody ringing.
Yeah, you have
security.
to be careful. Now, the one we were looking at the other day, there is one house across the road. That's all I've seen around there. Because
Yeah.
we are respectful when we go into a cemetery or whatever, even if it's at daytime or nighttime. There's no difference.
No.
But we just don't want people, to
I mean,
be
we
thinking
actually.
that we're up to no good or something.
Yeah, but we visited this last few days between us both filming different places as well. We were also trying to find locations that we can go live in. But we are worried about the coverage. I hate going live and having you all there and then suddenly, it's buffering or it's cutting out. It's one of those pet peeves I have. But we can't always help that. And sometimes it starts off really, really good and then it loses. So that's one thing. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, there's another thing, guys. Quick question for you. We have been talking about some of the older cemeteries that we have been to. One being Drina. I don't know how can I describe it? It was across a field into a cemetery. It was the autumn time. It was absolutely stunning, and there was ruins of a church. I really want to go back. But I'm just wondering, would you like me to video it again? Would there be much point? I will be going back myself anyway because I want to see what it's like in a different season. There was that one, and there was one with the enchanted one where we believe we caught a fairy. There's that one as well we really want to get back into too, just to see, because he did David's Church of Ireland, and I was gutted and kind of shocked to see how much it has deteriorated in such a short time. It's sad. That's true as well, Maureen. Spirits are there daytime and nighttime.
I've picked up
Nighttime just looks better.
the best one I've picked up was in Lismore, Waterford, on the old Lismore Cathedral, the graveyard there. Was that grave of the guy that was connected to the castle, I think. And I picked up the woman's voice, the spirit, like a woman's voice I could pick up at the grave.
That was
weird.
Yeah, that was weird. And then we did both up in Mount Rome. But we were also saying as well to ourselves that it is hard to get back after having London and those magnificent mausoleums and the catacombs and all of that. It was really, really hard for us to come back and to kind of go back to our roots, which is the Irish cemeteries and graveyards, and back through the forests and the fields and the getting cut with brambles and climbing walls and dodging sheep and cows. But both of us have gone out this last couple of days and have done a video, and it feels good. I mean, and at the end of the day, when I'm reading a person's name and it's 1733 or 43 or whatever it is, it does kind of bring it home to that you can't get much better than that, really.
No.
And the craftsmanship of those stonemasons. But that is actually on the premiere.
You won't see those in England, the ones with the crucifixion scene.
No,
I don't think I've seen
I've
them.
never seen anything like that.
So you will get very old, early 1700s headstones, with lovely artwork on them.
Yeah, so that is, I think it is something I really want to do, and I will, because I'm going there anyway to visit those two.
Chris, that joke, please.
Why can't you trust it?
My joke has to be better than that one at least.
No.
Come on.
I think those jokes are better because they're so bad.
That's like, why didn't the skeleton go to the party? Because he had nobody to go with.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, isn't it?
Come on, don't be like Chris. It's funny, like you can't knock it. Like fair play, Chris. I love him. But
what's black and white and red all over? There's a joke. What's black and white and red all over?
Yeah, I do know one of these, but
No.
what's
See who
that?
can answer that. A newspaper, Kathy,
Yeah.
yeah?
But then there's one about what's black and white.
Oh, yeah, we can't say that, can
No, I don't think we can. There's one with a religion. Well, it's not bad, but no, you couldn't do that. 'Cause, no, we wanted to do that one. There's another one that has
There's loads
black
of
and
ones
white
I
as
can't
well,
say
actually.
them here
But anyway,
on my channel.
so yeah, so what I think I will do, probably this week maybe I might go down to Drina and to Carrick, and I think I will video it because
What about the other one with the steps down into it?
oh yeah, the coffin's under the little chapel. We'll have to see if
Yeah,
that's ever opened. We
that's
want to go
cool,
back
yeah.
there. So there's probably 2, maybe 3 places I want to go back for myself. But because they were really popular videos as well, and it's a different season, it's months ago since we were there. It'd be really good to see. Hopefully, we could go back and find that somebody has maybe cleared some of those cemeteries as well. Wouldn't it be nice? But that little enchanted one kind of holds a place in my heart anyway, just because of the way we felt there. So yeah, I think we'll do some of that. And of course, we're going to travel anyway as well
Loads of stuff
and
coming
get out there and find and kind of start ticking
There's a
off that
couple of
list
different
again.
stuff coming up.
Yeah, so stay
from both of
tuned.
us.
But for this evening,
What about the crime ones? Do you like the
Oh,
crime
yeah.
ones? I was thinking of doing a couple of ones about murder, sad, tragic stories,
going to the grave.
going to the graves and visiting the gravesite of the people and telling you a bit about the story of what happened as well. And there's a few of those I was thinking about doing.
You have a few and I have a few. I have a few that I've had on my list for a while. But as
Very
I was
tragic.
saying at the start, that there's such tragic stories and so heartbreaking and all of that, that you have to be so,
Murder, Kim,
Yeah.
murder. There's one going back as far as 1970.
that's a sad one.
That's a sad one, back as far as 1970.
Yeah.
And that's one I'd really like to do. There's courses.
You've 2
There's 3 on my
Is there?
mind, I think.
and I've 2.
Yeah.
And possibly a third one. But it's been on my mind for a long, long time, and I've gone in and I've researched the story, and we actually went up there to video, and I was to video it, and I just didn't have you have to have a certain feel about it. You have to
But
be in the right mind to do it, because you're telling somebody's their life and their death story.
One of mine is very strange twist to it.
Yeah,
That you can make up your own minds about that yourselves.
yeah.
But it's very sad, these stories, and I suppose no matter what happens, when you have to go to the grave anyway and kind of pay your respects.
Chris is just telling another joke.
Chris is still doing the jokes.
Chris, have you a joke book?
I think he's flicking through pages there.
He's googling it. Go
He's
on,
there like
Chris.
this.
Okay, well, I have to read this one. This is a good one. Did you hear the corpse? Did you hear the corpse who was feeling poorly? He was coughing all the time.
Thank you, Maureen McCarthy.
Oh,
We love
Chris.
having you all.
Yeah, we do. We are great.
I love
Great
having you
fun.
all here. Scouts, welcome to my channel. Thanks for subscribing also. And
Scouts is good fun.
we like having a laugh and
Yeah.
a bit of joke as well as the serious side of stuff.
Yeah, you have to have
The
a laugh.
serious side of stuff comes on the videos. But
Yeah.
where we can talk like this is we can actually have a joke as well. But when you do videos, you have to.
Hi, Sylvia. Yeah, I mean, we're not doom and gloom. I love my morbid side. I have the morbid side. I have my paranormal side, but I suppose my heart is in remembering those forgotten, and
Hi, Sylvia.
bringing you along with us. Maybe find out more info on John Shaw for us.
John Shaw. That name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Shaw.
Message me, Shadow Runner, again. Sorry. But yeah, so I mean, the thing actually, I found a fantastic, really, really old murder story that happened in Wexford Town in the 1800s,
Yeah.
and it's a fantastic.
They're the good
You
ones.
know,
the
it's
1800s.
it's a fantastic story because everything is there for you to research, and then it stops, and I cannot find the grave. I've no way of. That's the problem with Ireland. There's not enough
Sylvia, is that
information.
For me? How am I what am I supposed to? Grave visitations, GV. GV for sure.
GV will do. Yeah, and it's just a really interesting story, and you know, I know the locations because you know I know Wexford well. But I want to tell the story, but also to visit the grave, and I cannot find the grave. And then there's a few stories I have to say that are.
Chris,
What's he doing now?
they're getting worse. Oh my God, they're getting worse. Why did he cross the street? There was a cemetery at the video. Hello.
Why did GV cross the street?
But you know what? Just what she was saying there. The story.
You're moving the
story is good, right? A true crime murder story is good, but visiting the gravesite as well kind of brings it to that bit more, you know, emotions towards it as well, and the person that's involved in the video, you know, the victims and stuff like that. To me, when I do a video, if I'm doing a video or if you're doing a video of murders or stuff like that, I don't like to mention really or show any picture about the murderer.
No.
Because I don't want to give anybody murderers
limelight, I suppose, or
I don't want to give them the
I don't mind saying their names. I just don't like putting a photo to it. People can Google it afterwards, I suppose. And I did that with
any praise, right?
Bird in Wexford.
You know, their name.
Yeah, I mean, this is what a lot of these want, is their name in the paper, their name being spoke about again. It's so important to remember the victim. And then there's other stories that, you know, happened in our locality. And I remember the stories well, but I just feel because it's my locality, there's certain stories I don't want to. Some of them are so gruesome and grotesque that I just don't want to touch it. Do you know that way?
Sylvia, are you a medium?
Where's
she
Sylvia?
Said Sylvia.
Tell the story anyway. I am a medium. Wow. The spirit knows when it is being remembered, even if you don't go visit the grave. Wow, Sylvia.
The Witch of Kilkenny. Have you any feelings for me, Sylvia, if you're a medium, or Sue?
He's wanting like a free
I'm not asking
medium.
you out on a date or anything. I'm just kind of wondering. Do you know, like a medium, right? You have you have empaths and stuff like that who feel stuff from people. They might be able to get something from somebody by, you know, mediums. I've been to a couple of mediums or psychics or fortune tellers, and some of them, they weren't great. One or two, they could tell you stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Empath is a great thing to have.
Empathy.
You know, empathy. It's kind of, you know, you're taking someone's feelings, how they're feeling, and maybe feeling that yourself.
Or just understanding. My son's school report was like that he has great empathy towards his fellow school friends. And I mean, that beats everything. That beats his A in maths or his whatever in English. That if my son has you know, empathy towards others, that will carry him through life.
Yeah.
It'll carry him through life forever. And yes, it is a valuable part of your build is to have that with you. I was out in the woods of County Durham today, a man trying to teach me dowsing. Paul, I had that done in an old home of mine. I can't remember the correct terminology. It's something, the geolines had it done years ago in a house. The geolines, he done it with a dowsing rod as well. Dowsing rods you can now use to reach out to to reach out to spirits
if they cross.
Yeah,
I think.
Or you can ask them to move, whichever. But we found loads of those geolines in our home.
They're like ones they used to use for finding water years ago, isn't it? You know, the rods.
Yeah.
There are two rods where you find water, where there's water and stuff. Sylvia says your father to me.
Your
Is that
father.
What me?
Must be.
So I don't know what that means.
I missed Maureen's
You're on an hour and 40.
I know, I'm going to have to let him go. I see I keep talking.
Someone said about the Witch of Kilkenny there.
We were talking about a witch somewhere, but was it Kilkenny?
St. Nicholas is another one. St. Nicholas.
St. Nicholas, yeah.
That'd be Christmas.
Oh, them horseflies, Paul, are horrendous. Right, guys, I'm going to have to let you go. I'm after holding you there for long enough, but we've had a good laugh. We've talked about absolutely everything. It's great, these lives. You kind of start off with something in your mind to talk about, and then it goes everywhere and anywhere, and we have a good laugh as well. And that is the most important part of our channels, our communities, that we have a good laugh, we can be serious, we can talk to each other, and think of each other and care about each other. Yeah, it was fun, Maureen.
And you know what I always
Very
say?
welcome, Blue Moon.
I'll see you when I get my glasses.
Good night, you three amazing people. Think the world of you both.
Good night. Take
Night,
care.
Scouts.
God bless.
You can use dowsing rods to find water and ghosts. If you use them for both at the same time, you might find a ghost.
I don't see you soon. I'll see you through a window.
Oh, Chris, your gas. Yeah, sorry, Sylvia. I don't know whether you got.
Oh yeah, your
notifications.
premiere.
Oh yeah, sorry. So the premiere is tonight. It is now 20 to 8, 20 to 9, 20 to 10. 2 hours and 20 minutes.
2 hours, 20 minutes. A great premiere.
It's
1700s
1700s headstones from the amazing J. Byrne and D. Cullen. We've seen them before. The crucifixion scene, our Lord on the cross, and a few other little ones there as well. So, and you get to see a little Irish road where it's not room even for one car.
Yeah, the old back roads.
All back roads.
Bye, all lovely chat, Sue, GB. Have a great evening.
Bye,
Take care.
Mary. Bye, Sally.
Marie.
Bye, Marie. Bye, Kathy. Bye, Scouts. Bye, Chris. Bye, Auntie Maureen. Sister Mo.
Everybody.
Laura Lee. Shadowrunner. Paul. Sylvia. Chris. William. All of you. Blue Moon. Oh, God, I'll forget someone now and it'll be sad. Paul. Anyway, guys, Sean, thank you so much. Nana, thank you so much for coming in and joining us and having a good laugh. And please, God, I'll see you at the premiere there in a little while. Yeah. So for now, take care. God bless.
And I'll see you when I get my glasses.
I can't see anything. Oh, Lord.
Oh, look at that. Inspector Gadget.
Oh, that's rude.
I can't see.
That's rude. Anyway, guys, take care. God bless, and we will see you all soon. Bye.